Welcome to the Full Nilsson. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Weaver 20 MOA base for a Model 700 long action. For those of you who are new to firearms or don't know anything about bolt action firearms, the base is this piece right here, which mounts to the action. Now, about this Weaver 20 MOA base, it's a great base. And in my opinion, there is no difference between it and a base that costs 3 times the price. This base is made in the USA. It does its job. It provides you with an extra 20 minutes of angle worth of elevation. And I don't really see anything that can go wrong with that. I haven't had any issues with mine. I haven't had any issues with buying Weaver's bases or rings or mounts or anything in the past. I wish that Weaver would make a 40 MOA base or a 60 MOA base for those of us who would like to have some of those. This 20 MOA base does its job, and if you're trying to decide between the Weaver 20 MOA base and some other manufacturer, there's no reason not to go with the Weaver unless you just like to spend more money for the sake of spending more money. So that's the end of my review for the Weaver 20 MOA base. Now, for those of you who would like a little bit more information about why you may need a 20 MOA base or a 40 MOA base or anything like that, and you're wondering what that's all about, when you buy a standard base for a rifle, a standard piece like this, the base, I don't know if you can see very well in the camera, it looks like you probably can. But if you look here, you can see that the thickness back here, it's quite a bit thicker than it is up here. And the reason why is because that base on a 20 MOA base is designed to cant the rifle scope downward on the rifle. And that's what provides you with your extra 20 minutes of angle of elevation going upward. So usually when you buy a rifle scope, like this scope for example, has 60 or 65 minutes of angle. We'll just say 60 for the sake of this video to make things simpler. So this rifle scope has 60 minutes of angle worth of adjustment total for up and down elevation. Now, if you take this rifle scope and put it on here with a standard base, you may find that the rifle scope gives you 20 or 30 minutes of angle worth of elevation going up and 20 or 30 going down. When I say up or going down, I mean from your 100 yard zero. So if you have that rifle hitting at 100 yards and it's zeroed in, you'll have 20 or 30 minutes of angle going up and 20 or 30 going down. Now, we'll say hypothetically you have 30 minutes of angle of elevation going up and 30 going down. You have 60 total. So all of that 30 minutes of angle of elevation going down from your 100 yard zero is really just wasted. There's no reason really why you would ever want to dial less than 100 yards. Especially if you're into long range shooting, you're going to want to dial a lot more than 100 yards. You might want to dial more than 1,000 yards. And if you want to dial in more of elevation into your scope, you need a base that's going to allow you to dial the extra elevation that your optic has that's being wasted, that is only going down from that 100 yard zero. So if I have 30 going down and 30 going up from my 100 yard zero and I add a 20 MOA base, now I have 50 minutes of angle worth of elevation going up and 10 going down. So that gave me an extra 20 minutes of angle worth of elevation going up. So if you're into long range shooting and extreme long range shooting, like 1,000 yards, a mile, beyond 2,000 yards, you're going to want all the elevation you can get. And that's why people buy these 20 MOA bases, 40 MOA bases. If you want really long range, a really long range setup, some guys will buy a 40 MOA base and then they'll put a 20 MOA mount on that base, which gives them a total of 60 minutes of angle worth of adjustment. Now, if I were to do that on this scope, it would be kind of stupid because the scope only has 60 total and 30 of it is going down from the zero, so it would really screw things up. But there are optics that they make that have 120, 150 minutes of angle total. So having a 60 MOA setup like that would be really advantageous if your goal is to shoot extreme long range. So that's the purpose of a 20 MOA base or a 40 MOA base, of having a base that gives you that extra elevation adjustment. And that's my review of this Weaver base. It's an excellent 20 MOA base. It's cheap, it's 30 bucks. It works as well as anything else that's out there, so I'd highly recommend buying it if you're in the market for one. If you guys have any questions or comments, you can leave them in the comment section, and have a great day.